Hello, Brobs. We're back with more books, new book arrivals. I believe it's 193. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. Let's go. These are from an estate sale. Most of them. Save for the ones that say thrift store, thrift books on them. The Great Lakes Triangle. Actually, this was from a very local estate sale, so that holds more importance to me than general ones because it comes from an actual house and I know the people's names. Well, I do know their names. It was Roe. They could still be alive. But anyways, this is a pretty valuable book. The Great Lakes Triangle by Jay Gorley, which is just the localized version of the Bermuda Triangle. At work in the Great Lakes is a force that destroys those who venture there with devastating speed and power. Speed and power yet unexplained, bruv. Yeah, this is probably a $20 book. And since it's a more vintage paperback, it has more value. This book, which I have several copies of, has apparently become rather valuable. But now that this is a personalized copy with a local newspaper article included, and maybe it doesn't have his name in there. I thought it did. Thought it had Roe's name in there. Guess not. It's about a $40 book. As I've said, I have several copies of this book just because I collect books about bees. I will probably sell one of these. I'll keep that one though. It's kind of a two-parter because I don't know if they're the same book or not. History of Lewis County, Kentucky by Regan. I believe they're just different. Look at this. Wayne shopping news from 1979. I wish the whole thing would have been in there. But since I collect the history of Wayne, it's pretty cool. There it is. William R. Roe Jr. Wonder if it's in this one too. Page 69. Have history should be written. Here history should be written. I think history was written here, bruv, in a letter. I think I found this in the Bible. In a Bible at the house, and I just swapped it into this one. Dear little sis, have thought of you so very long, and wondering how life is treating you. Do hope you are all well, and most of all, living for Jesus. Without him, it would be miserable, I think. I don't know. What's that say? I was something of the Lord to send you. This scripture. Well, that explains why it was in the Bible. Hazel, your sister Hazel. P.S. Write when you can. As I said, I think this is the same book. Oh, she wrote it, Miss O.G. She's an O.G. O.G. Reagan. Or was it this guy? No, it was the Reverend O.G. First edition. Obviously, it's not a first edition. It's a facsimile edition. Cincinnati Press of Jennings and Graham. 1977. I really have no interest in Louisville, Kentucky, or Lewis County, Kentucky, but if if I can find something about this local family and they have any interesting story to tell, then I will have some information concerning them. Otherwise, these are just eBay fodder sells. This book, which is more of a pamphlet than a book, has some interest because of the address on here, which is a local address of a house that is in Wayne that used to be apparently the Wayne County cultural agent. There was also the Wayne County something, which is the county that incorporates Detroit and the suburbs. But yeah, they used to have an extension. What was it called? The Wayne County Auxiliary Extension or something like that. It was some sort of place where they gave out stuff, which is weird because the house is 100 plus years old, and I think it was at that time as well. But now it's back into residential hands. But yeah, I always pick up anything I see with this address on it since I know the house well. They had some kind of agreement with Michigan State University. The matter member being a compendium of facts, figures, foibles, and anecdotes about the loving organ. I don't know if this book's supposed to be a joke. There he is, William Rowe. Oh, this is from Barnes & Noble. Nice. I don't know how much he paid for this. It's pretty cool. I collect Barnes & Noble stuff, so all books anyway. William Rowe. What the hell? Dirty song book? Oh, he was going all in. The Mail Member, Ultimate Paper Airplanes, Ocean Liners, Dirty Song book. Paid $42. What did he pay for the Mail Member? $8. What year was this? 3/4/86. So that's almost 40 years ago. Guess you could order from Barnes & Noble back in the day. Please use labels below to return merchandise. Very eclectic. Blood and Honor. Reinhold Kirsten. Dr. Reinhold Kirsten tells in this book the remarkable story of his years as a member of the German Hitler Youth, the young people that had vowed to follow not Christ but another leader, Adolf Hitler, wherever he might lead them. It vividly portrays the false promises and depictions of Nazism. But most of all, it is a powerful testimony to the faithfulness and grace of God, profoundly moving and inspiring. I bought it because I was hoping it was worth money, but then I forgot to look it up, so I don't know if it is worth anything. Guess I could check. Let me see if my computer's on. No, it's off. No, it's on. Let's see if it's worth something, bruv. Let's pause this and I'll look. Well, looks like I struck out on this one. Minimal value. This one, though, it's probably worth a good 30 or 40 bucks. The Hornet 1973. Oh, yeah. I forgot I put pictures in here. Let's look at them, bruv. This one is of a house. You can't really see it with the big blob in there of the light. But you can see her, bruv. Don't know who she is. Doesn't really say anything on there, so I think it might have said something. Kind of looks like it, but no. Doesn't give an indication of the location or nothing. But there she is. Never know, I can do a Google search like I did on Allie McCullough, who I found at an antique store, and now I have 135 posts on her. So we shall see. This is a yearbook of Benjamin Franklin Junior High School in Wayne, Michigan. yeah, so there's that. Those are always valuable for local history. And then we move on to, actually, I should wait, since I bought a deck of playing cards at that estate. So the second estate, so I went to two, but the first one I received no books. This is a deck of cards. Where the hell did that Donna? Where the hell did that book go? Oh, it's over there, you idiot. Playing cards were basically the first books. So there we go. And since I already have 3 decks of this, 2 decks of it, I shall give this one to my coworker who's always begging for cards. Also missing a Joker and a information card. But there's the perfect segue to the next books, because I think the Jack of Spades looks a lot like Donna Tot. Look at it, bruv. It looks like not an exact replica, but it looks like as I've stated, I've been attempting to pick up first editions of Donna Tartt's books because, by my estimation, she wrote her first book in 1992, or published it, her second in 2002, which was a 10-year period. This book, which is 2002, 10 years later. And then her third book was The Goldfinch, which was 2013, which was 11 years. So you figure if she goes by the pattern of 10, 11, and then 12, her next book will be next year. And then, from my zany way of thinking, that book will come out. And since she's become quite a collectible author for reasons unknown, other than people like fiction, I figured I might as well get a head start on collecting as many of her books as I can. Also, there was a Ouija board at this sale, which I'd like to get, even though I don't believe in Ouija boards and all that stuff. Ouija boards and all that, but I'd also like to do a card reading, another thing I don't believe in, but for pseudo-scientific purposes, I will do a reading of myself with these cards from that estate. Yeah, but if I get them away, I can't do it. So that means I would have to do it today. Maybe I will, before I give it away. All right, that gives me something to do later before I go to work. So yeah, I will do a card reading with these cards, since I haven't done one in a couple of years. The other books from Thrift books that I got, this was a freebie, Witch Craze, A New History of the European Witch Hunts, All Legacy of Violence Against Women. It's a bit tanned. They claim it was like new, but not quite like new, but I got it for free, so not that I didn't pay to get it free, since I paid for that book, which was only $5, I believe, which I think is a steal. But I would have ordered several copies of this, because like I said, I'm going to get all of her books before they go crazy. So yeah, I'd like to read this book on the channel, but I'll probably get a copyright strike from the author, since what year is this book? Printed in the United States, 94. It's possible this person's deceased, but not that I'm wishing them deceasedness. Then lastly, the Dracula Book of Great Vampire Stories by Leslie Shepard, another freebie from Thrift Books. My understanding was that this was a hardcover book, which is the only reason why I got it, because I wanted it. That one I don't believe comes in, it does come in hardcover, but I couldn't have got it for free. Guy de Maupassant, Sheridan Le Fanu, Carmilla. Well, there you go. Is Carmilla really that short? Oh, it's 71 pages. Well, there you go. Maybe I'll read Carmilla. I've always wanted to read it. Did not know it was in here. Maybe I will read that. Not that other people haven't read it much better, which is the sort of irony of me reading any book on here because I botch almost every paragraph. Not editing, nothing. All right, well, there we go. I have that an early fright. Although we are by no means magnificent people, we inhabit a slosh, a castle in Styria. A small income in that part of the world goes a great way. All right, you get the hint. Good times. Goodbye.